Coming up next here on Channel 17, Golden Land.
QEX, in cooperation with the ZOA Educational Production Company and the Anti-Defamation League, presents The Golden Land.
Hi, I'm Myra Cohen, and this is The Golden Land. The search for Israel's past is a venture that has many aspects to it, and we'll see several of them in today's program. But the search for Israel's future also has many aspects to it, and we'll see some of them as well. For example, we'll see that several of the most modern industrial ventures in Israel are being brought together physically in one area that has much about it that resembles the futuristic Silicon Valley in California. In Israel, as we'll see, an industrial park encompasses not only high technology, but some attention as well for where the family will live, and the artistic amenities too.
These robots press hard metal powder into tools for the metalworking industry. In this branch of manufacture, it's the world's most advanced technology.
I feel Israel at this stage has to prove to the world that it can produce things. Jewish people around the world have been known to be good inventors. They have been known to be good marketing people, or financial people even more. They have not been known to be good production people. I think it's a very important point for Israelis to enjoy producing and creating things and inventing things. And it's, in my feeling, it's a kind of a healing process even.
That's the guiding principle behind this industrial park. A hothouse for small entrepreneurs developing new products for export. About 20 such companies took their first steps right here. Here's an example. Petrus manufactures quartz and glass for the microelectronics and chemical industries, but the small factory quickly tripled its production. Sophistication and originality are Petrus' secrets of success. PMS Israel, subsidiary of a giant American corporation, Superior Minds, that thrive on creativity.
Our market is the U.S. market, 100% export to the U.S. market. So there is no need to be in Tel Aviv other than just, casual visits and so on. Here, we don't have any distraction whatsoever. People just focus on work, and that's what they do. And the atmosphere contributes a lot to the productivity.
PMS Israel's first product, a processing system for medical insurance claims, already sold in the United States for millions of dollars.
We tell the people who come here to start as small as possible, but competitive. Use suppliers from outside and only assemble things. Be market-oriented, don't be production-oriented even. And slowly you will make enough money to be more production-oriented.
Today, Micro Tools is production-oriented and manufactures precision parts, especially for the electronics and optics industries.
This product is a particularly precise one. We get the raw material for the part and execute 28 different operations, mainly from very precise grinders and drills. With the help of this drill, the part fits into the computer. This is called the cleaner block, which cleans the magnetic tape for the IBM.
Micro Tools was the first factory in the industrial park, a small enterprise just starting out. Annual turnovers upwards of $4 million seemed a distant goal back then.
We are here about 4 years, and we are planning to move across the street and to build our own factory, which will be maybe 4 times bigger than this and will serve us for the next 10 years.
Who will take over Micro Tools' place in the industrial park? Perhaps this young enterprise, KP Electronics, developing electronic alarm systems in the industrial park's hothouse conditions.
It's a creative place, and the whole atmosphere is creation. And for someone who wants to do things and who sees things around and sees other companies here, other people working here, he is being pushed to do what he always wanted to do.
ISCAR, too, started small. More than 35 years ago, Steph Wertheimer set up shop in this shack. And today, impressive growth and expansion. This year, on this hillside, ISCAR comprises a $150 million export industry. That's an inspiration to the industrial park's youthful entrepreneurs. But ISCAR hasn't forgotten its own humble beginnings.
We benefit from the industrial park in 2-3 ways. One way is that we keep small groups that work as mini plants in the industrial park in purpose to remember that entrepreneurs are important, and that also ISCAR once started small, and also big ISCAR is made of many small parts and many small groups of people, that their success makes the whole thing a success. The other issue is that we have to serve as a model for the industrial park, and therefore it forces us to be a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more careful how we do our things.
ISCAR manufactures blades for jet engines and tools for the metal and woodworking industries. 95% of all production is geared to export. ISCAR has marketing branches in 25 countries, from Japan, Australia, and New Zealand to the United States and Europe. ISCAR's goal, profitability, and more, to prove that here in the Galilee there can be a different Israel.
Eat here twice a day.
The combination of export industry, quality of life, and art turned the industrial park into a tourist attraction. Sculptures scattered among the factories create an open museum. The sculptor's works and the worker's craft live side by side in harmony.
I want to have people think that industry and art are similar, because they both apply to the creativity process. And therefore I'm very happy if I see workers coming from the factory and going every day through that museum to work.
The Teffin Museum's expanded activities include drawing and sculpture courses for school children from neighborhoods near the factories.
It's a totally different feeling here, not like an industrial park where there are many companies with a lot of smoke and noise. Instead, you come to a landscape garden, beautiful park, statues, grass, everything is clean. There's a feeling of working together here between the industries and the park. Eventually, we all come to some sort of product, be it an artistic one or a manufactured one. The feeling here is that of a finished product.
Teffin molds sculptures in steel, producing precision steel molds for the medical, electronics, and armaments industries. A small, young, daring plant that has penetrated numerous foreign marketplaces.
You can fail in 100 ways, but you must know one thing, that the people who decide if you're successful are your customers. And you should sell them only things you know to make good. And if you know to make something good and bring it to your customers, you will succeed.
USR Electronics is a proven winner, with 95% of its production targeted for export. Several dozen workers, all area residents, produce computer communication systems, irrigation systems, and sophisticated power supplies.
We have been very careful how to admit people here, and usually somebody who wants to start here has to prove that he has a product which can be exported and that he knows how to produce it competitive. If he has these elements, we'll help him to start small, usually by telling him, use a sub-supplier, use less money, do it on your own.
The industrial park's centralized services include a photographic studio that turns out handsome catalogs for companies marketing in Israel and abroad. Eureka, an industrial design office serving export industries, because the package is no less important than what it contains. Sipili produces silkscreen prints. This small plant's husband and wife management team has big achievements in manufacturing and marketing. The pottery plant is another family business that blossomed alongside the Teffin Museum. It turns out works of art for the industrial park's many visitors. Pottery and sculptures are only part of Teffin's lifestyle. Kfar Vradim's quality of life completes the concept of clean industry.
Kfar Vradim was created to give a home for people who want to make export industries. So if you want to speak about architecture, the only thing we tell people is everybody can build his own house, and that we don't disturb them.
"280 families have already made Kfar Vradim their home. For every family, a dream house. Quality of life is more than a slogan here. Just a few years ago, these hilltops were barren. Now they host a community of 1,200, a school serving more than 200 students, and a vibrant way of life.
Nature was marvelous to us because that hill is outstanding. It's 5 degrees lower and only 20 minutes from the Mediterranean. It's a very nice climate. It's the highest spot of the Galil. It's really romantic to be on this hill.
The industrial park is just 2 kilometers away from Kfar Vradim. At the park's hub, the shared management building is at the entrepreneur's disposal. All services are located under one roof. Tax consultants, computer, and mail services are here. So is a dining hall, a convenient meeting place for exchanging ideas. All the services of a large corporation, including classrooms, because education is a cornerstone of the park's success.
I studied at a regular public school and came here without any training. Whatever I learned was on the job.
The first day of class for 14 Ort students at the industrial park, entering the world of tomorrow. For 10 months, the best of instructors will teach them the art of machining, turning, milling, drilling, and threading, as well as how to operate computerized equipment. Seminars for soldiers have become a regular event, with bi-weekly discussions on various aspects of industry, entrepreneuring, manufacturing, and marketing. Experience proves it's the best way to attract young people to industry. At seminar's end, the students show off their projects.
Spending a lot of time in that seminar, teaching, and I enjoy it more than nearly anything else around here, because you see young people who spend 3-4 years in the army, usually did a good job in the army, if it's in the Air Force and a technical field, and you stimulate them to think about products, export, and you find that this is the right target. 23 years old, at 25, the same boy will be married, will have a problem of a flat, of a mortgage, and the whole thing. This is a period where he's still time to think fresh.
Another group designed a computerized fish feeder.
Competitors? We have no competition and are making inroads with this new product in the growing of fish. This piece of equipment will increase the number of people who are involved in the fish growing industry. This product is a very basic one. With it, you can put water into a tank or food for cats or dogs. You can use it in any market. We decided on the one for fish because fish food is very small and easy to produce.
What do you think?
Even experienced entrepreneurs need an occasional refresher course from international experts. The goal, to instill thinking tools that help management plan the stages of corporate growth. The method, simulating real situations and drawing the conclusions.
And so he was pushed to stay weekends and so on, and he didn't understand why.
I find it very, very stimulating to work with people whom I would describe as hungry. They're hungry for knowledge. They're hungry for tools. They're hungry for techniques. They're hungry for anything that will help them. Because whatever you can do that will help them, they immediately see the application of it.
And with this button, you put in
The seminar discusses a computer dictionary, but revolutionary inventions don't get very far when the entrepreneur miscalculates their cost.
I'm sitting here and I don't see any profit in taking your product. All I see is cost.
The Jewish National Fund, which has major support from Americans, directs its attention to a number of projects in Israel. Architecture is one of them. In the various efforts the fund undertakes all over the nation, care is taken to be sure that the changes in the landscape will protect the archaeological treasures that are to be found virtually everywhere. Here's an example of how the fund carries out its missions with the Israeli past being kept in mind.
Throughout